Nuts. Oh, I'm having a rough go of it. Yeah, I think he polymorphed, found his way over to me somehow. Somehow I managed not to see him, and then he unmorphed and destroyed me. This man's down here harvesting my gold. Looks like he was choking you. Yeah, I didn't see that he had found, like, I didn't see that there was even an enemy near me, so I had no idea I was being choked to death by a tentacle monster. I gotta admit that, that perk was not nearly as impressive as I thought it would be. I thought my tentacle monster was just gonna go around absolutely throttling anything that came remotely close to me, but instead it just kind of willy-nilly shot all over the place. Yo, Jack LaFear, what's going on, brother? I almost said a thing because I was excited about a thing. Not realizing that I'm under NDA. I was like, hey, Jack, let me tell you about a thing. I can't tell you about a thing. I'll tell you about a thing at some point. But a thing I wanted to tell you, just sort of gut instinct, I cannot say because of, legal. What did I just grab? Toxic sludge. Taffy, just tell me, so does this thing, so this thing does a thing, and one day a thing will happen and you'll be excited about the, yeah, that's right. Let's put it this way. I was telling somebody the other day that your game was the first time that my voice ever showed up in a video game. And I think when you enabled my voice pack, is Unmetal, right? I heard great things about it. I think at some point I'm gonna end up playing it on this channel as well. Yeah, Unmetal. I heard tremendous things about it. I never got around to playing it because I don't play video games and I'm not doing this. But I think it's on our list now of things that we're gonna have to play. I was like, oh yeah, you know, Jack was kind enough to put me in his game. And then I was like, ooh, that reminds me, it's now... No, that's too on the nose. I was like, ooh, yeah, he put me in his video game. Speaking of... But I can't talk about that. There we go. There's a little... It's in a great spot after all the patches, and it's on Humble for November. Hell yeah, dude. Y'all should pick it up. I'm probably gonna play it here. It's a video game you can play. Get mudded, idiot. It's a video game I'm probably gonna play here on the channel sometime in 2023. I will probably not play it with my own voice pack enabled. I'll probably just pick Zeke. I'm sure as shit not playing as Noah. Or with Noah as my narrator. Why would I do that to myself? Yeah, it's got good ass reviews, man. It's got like really good reviews. Is there a price for playing it with Noah's voice pack enabled? Oh. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what it is. But yeah, there's a price for that. Just under Bad Rats? Nah, it wouldn't be that bad. I'm sure it would be fun. The only part that gets me about that is just knowing how aggressively happy it would make Noah. We don't do that here if we don't have to. Whenever Noah's like super duper happy, I don't want to say it's unbearable, but it does become a situation I have to tend after that. That's right, if you have a Steam key of the game, you can listen to Taffy saying all the things. Yeah, Chad, if it gives you any idea, when I say I heard good things about it, I heard good things about it from Squint Fox, who I think might be physically incapable of bullshitting. I think Squint Fox's take on Unmetal was, Taffy, it's so good, don't, I shit you not, this was, you can verify it next time you see him. I think Squint Fox's take on Unmetal was, Taffy, it's so good, don't even ask for money to play it, just add it to the list. Was what he said. Kind of unsolicited, I was just kind of like, oh yeah, my voice has been in a video game. Come here and let me pee on you. Squint Fox is not the kind of guy to tell me not to make money. FYI, you can change the voices throughout the game, so if you find a voice part, you can go back to the checkpoint and check out the different voices. It is great content. I'll probably start as Zeke. I don't know why I wouldn't. Zeke's my spirit animal. I like Zeke so much. As a human being, I like Zeke so much. Taffy, you can't just demand to pee on people. My dad was a senator, so yes, I can. Duh. Did I say senator? I meant postmaster. Same thing. He owned a dealership, I think. I never really checked in to see what my dad did for money. Then Taffy slapped him and said, never suggest I don't take money for something I was gonna do anyway ever again. I don't know who I'd be more scared of if I raised a hand to Squint Fox. I don't know if I'd be more scared of how he would intellectually sabotage my channel. Like, he'd be like, you're gonna regret that, and then he'd just walk away, and someday I would regret that. Or if Glitch found out, and Glitch would actually hurt me. Glitch and Squint Fox became pretty good friends, when they were here helping move the office over. Like, they became, I don't want to say unlikely chums, but they do have very different personalities. But they hit it off. They hit it off what, like chocolate and peanut butter. I like beer. That's right. Mom and Dad said I get to be a Supreme Court justice or pee on people whenever I want, and I don't see me in no robe except for when I'm peeing on people, but not like a judge's robe. Taffy's dad was the godfather of the Idaho Mafia. That said, we've been lucky. All of Francor's games have been often around overwhelmingly positive review mark. Not surprised. Yeah, yeet. Taffy's dad fought a secret war in Nicaragua. That wouldn't surprise me. Why, Taffy? Flamuxium potion. Man, just give me gold. You know that's what I want. Give me gold or spells. I'm getting potions. The potions are just laying on the ground in this place. Look at this potion. I'm not even bothering to pick that. Well, yeah, I guess I might as well. I have the empty slot, but you get what I'm saying. I'm just leaving potions on the ground out here. That's not treasure. Chug that whiskey, get myself nice and drunk. Instead of sleeping with the fishes, you take a dirt nap with the taters. Nah, I say unfortunately. If you wanted to be a part of what the closest thing Idaho has to organized crime, if you want to be a part of what is Idaho's closest equivocation to organized crime, you're either in a street gang selling methamphetamine, which I don't feel like is Idaho specific, or you're a Mormon. I honestly feel like the LDS Church is the closest thing that Idaho has to a street gang. Or a cop. That's a national gang. They're like the Hells Angels. Those are the only two groups I see doing some crazy shit behind the scenes where I'm just like, damn, I kinda wanna know, but I also don't wanna fear for my safety. It's like, oh man, that whole group of guys in ribbed tees and torn up jeans and missing teeth, they probably sell meth. I bet you they got all sorts of shady shit going on. And then you go to like an LDS church and they're like, you can't come in here. And it's like, why? It's like, we're afraid of what you'll see. Oh. Spooky. I guess I'll go then. Yeah, I guess you will. Have a blessed day. Get the heck out of here. Oh god, dude, hot dog eating coach, I feel like I couldn't hit the ground with 3 tries with these wands. I feel like I'm just sucking high in wind here. Oh yeah, I guess northern Idaho does have white supremacists and militias. I don't think about northern Idaho and southern Idaho being the same place. Southern Idaho is high desert. Southern Idaho is like northern Utah. Northern Idaho is just like western Montana or super eastern Washington. Caught that one. My gold! So anywho, cops, street gangs, and Mormons, I feel like are the closest thing that Idaho oh, excuse me, I'm drunk? I feel like are the closest things that Idaho has to, oh god, I'm on fire! The closest thing Idaho has to, like, legitimate organized crime. Yeah, the cops there are fucking bad, too, man. Even the white people hate the cops there. Well, I mean, it's mostly white people. But you know what I mean, like... I remember, like, my parents are not the people who have, like, the thin blue line. My parents are not the kind of people who have, like, the thin blue line stickers and flags. But they're close, they're pretty close. And it's just so funny to me that they're the same people who are like, you know, we gotta support our boys in blue, we gotta make sure that the cops have everything that they need, we can't defund the police, we gotta add funding to the police, we gotta give them better gear and training and all that jazz, and then immediately turn around and be like, yo, listen, if you get pulled over by Officer Conway, that guy's a fucking prick. That guy is a Napoleon complex having asshole who abuses his power because he gave me a speeding ticket and he wouldn't let me talk my way out of it. I fucking hope that guy gets run over by an errant car. Like, it was always so like, we gotta take care of the cops. And I'm like, what about this cop? And they're like, that guy fucking sucks. I hate that guy. And I'm like, well, what about this other guy? They're like, no, he's terrible too. And like they would just sit there and go down the roster of all the cops in our small town and how they were all assholes. What about Officer Gardner? Do you remember that one time he tried to make Ryan look like he was guilty in an accident where it wasn't his fault? That guy can kiss my ass. That's just the fucking disconnect right down the middle, where it's just like, oh, cops need all of our help and love and support and money and military equipment and freedom from the circumstances and consequences of their actions. It's like, oh, so like Officer Conway? No, fuck that guy. I hope he dies in a house fire. And I'm just like, well, which is it? Shit, I had really not thought that through until just now. That's so funny. Oh, shit. My parents are always saying that all the cops were bullies in high school or something like that, but then also thin blue line. I want to thank you, not you for all your efforts. Not you, sit down, you suck. That speed trap on Main Street's a fucking joke and you know it. Oh, shit, man. That made me laugh. That made me laugh like hard. Good grief. I never really thought about it like that, but yeah. My parents 100% are just like... I mean, my dad's a former cop, but my mom will tell me stories about my dad being a cop where she was just like, yeah, your dad did some real sketchy shit. Not bad. My dad was never like, you know, so one time I was beating this guy just because I didn't like the way he looked. But he did tell me a story one time about being like late to a funeral, and he was driving ridiculously fast in one of his mini sports cars that he owned before Leah and I came along. And apparently a cop found him on the interstate, saw him going like fast enough to time travel back to 1954, chased him across several counties because my dad was pulling away in like a Trans Am or a Corvette or something. The cop finally catches up to him and is about ready to like literally throw his ass in the back of the cop car for reckless driving. Asks to see my dad's ID, and my dad flashed his badge. At which point in time, apparently the cop who had been chasing him just sighed, dropped his head, handed him his ID back, and was like, please slow down on the drive home, sir, and let him go. And I was like, you're telling me that because you think it's fun, but I don't know that it's... I don't know... I don't know that it's painting the picture that you want it to in my head of how things go. Taffy's dad is Mike from Breaking Bad. You know, actually, let me see. I want to make sure I'm thinking of the same character. Kinda. Yeah, a little. My dad says some shit that really bums me out sometimes. But honestly, the side he's on the most is his own. That guy says some of the most like anti-government shit I've ever heard in my life. But everything is just always him. It kinda yeah. It always kind of boils down to Dad just always is picturing that he's in a corner punching his way out. Yeah, Mike Ehrmantraut's one of my favorite characters from that entire universe. God damn, is he good. Little Eye Libertarian? Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. My dad's just a shit stirrer. He just constantly assumes the worst out of everybody. Loves a good fear-mongering. And is constantly looking at every situation for how he can keep as much as he can without giving up anything, and constantly sort of backing, like, punching out of a corner in his mind. Yeah, D, that's the weird dichotomy that lives inside me, is that, like, my dad's a former cop. And, you know, he'll see something like, oh, look at what's going on in Portland. Man, Portland's just falling apart. What a shit city. But then I'll be like, so Dad, if I get pulled over and a cop tells me to get in the squad car and a cop tells me that I need to come down for questioning and all that jazz, you would agree then as a former police officer that I should just go with that guy and do and say whatever he tells me to do and say. He's the good guy, right? And my dad's like, you listen to me, cops are not your friends. You don't say shit, you get a lawyer, and you get me and your mom down there. And I was like, well, if they're the good guys though, Dad, hear me out. Shouldn't I be okay with them? They're not your friends. You ever get in that kind of trouble, you call me and you call your mom, and we'll get a lawyer down there ASAP. Just like, well, I was under the impression that these guys all kicked ass. Lauren says, even in Boise, Idaho's most liberal city, there was a police captain who spoke at a white nationalist conference. Idaho's some sort of special fucked up these days, man. Our fathers are very similar, right down to being ex-cops. Yeah, I mean, like my dad, I feel like he loves, just like a lot of those dudes do. I feel like he loves the, oh God, what do they call it? What do you call it when somebody claims to be a former cop or a former police officer? It's like clout farming. Valor farming? Is that it? Valorant season 2? No, not veteran, but when somebody claims to be a veteran. Stolen valor. Like, my dad's the kind of person who, like, as being a former cop and being a veteran, likes the recognition that comes with that. Like, he likes and would get very upset about somebody, like, yeah, stealing valor. Like, he would get super upset about that. But when push comes to shove, if I told him I was going into the army, or if I told him I was detained by the police, he would immediately be like, nope. Like, well, what are you talking about, Dad? You've always said it was so much honor and valor, and that these guys, this thin blue line is what separates us from the animals. He's like, nope. You get a lawyer, or like, nope, you do something that doesn't involve going into the military. And I was like, well, why though? Portland cops are absolutely useless. I had an incident in my old job where we had a guy threaten another tenant with a gun, and the cops were like, but did you see it though? Useful. Super useful, that. I had my car broken into in Philadelphia. They didn't even send a car out. They were just like, yeah, it's Philly. We got way worse shit going on than your car getting broken into. And I was like, okay, so what do we do next? And he's like, I guess if you want, you can file a report with us, but it's not gonna do anything. And I was like, so I called you to let you know that my car got broken into, and as an end result, what's going to happen is, and he went, we'll have accurate record keeping. Thank you for that. We know exactly where that break-in happened, and we'll make note of it. And we'll duly note it. And I was like, man, that's such a shitty way to handle that I'm almost impressed. Yeah, there's nothing you can say to a cop that a lawyer will not say 1,000,000% better. I would like I would be cooperative in something if I was 100% certain that I was not a person of interest or a suspect. But the moment that things felt sketchy for me, you better by God believe I would shut up like a time lock at a vault. A time locked bank vault. Couldn't get that one out. My ass would just say Noah, Noah, Noah over and over and over again. Nothing I'm gonna say if I suspect I'm in trouble is gonna do better than what Noah is gonna say on my behalf. Damn, Lisa. That sucks. Cops are literally there to protect capital owners, not us. That's the thing people need to understand. Force inform. Yeah, generally they are there to protect property and investments. I had someone steal my laptop in college. The cop literally got jelly donut on my report as he reluctantly wrote it. My boss was in Oakland and had his rental car broken into. They took his laptop case, which had everything. He called 911 because he watched it happen. He went to voicemail, got a, they said to open a ticket. That was last week. Yeah, lawyers are just a big, like, well, I mean, good lawyers. Good lawyers are just a big fucking shield to hide behind when things have gone wrong. And you know for good and goddamn certain that for the most part, generally speaking, you could be talking to a cop who doesn't even care if you're guilty or innocent. They just want the case closed to meet a quota. You could be as innocent as the day is long, but if you'll confess to it and do the time, their job's done. So in those situations, I've been fascinated recently by watching interrogation video on YouTube. Interrogation videos of some of the most like famous criminals in recent history, and just sort of like the fucking Parkland the Stoneman Douglas shooter. Tried to play off as though the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas shooter tried to play off as though he was crazy and didn't realize there was a camera in the room. And every time they left, they'd come, like, he would straighten back up. They'd straighten back up and just be kind of like assessing their situation. And then the cop would come back in and he'd get real, like, you know, Ed Norton in that Richard Gere movie. Like swaying back and forth and like hitting his own head. Yeah, Marjorie Taylor Greene might actually be crazy. I don't think she's pretending. And then at some point he was alerted to the fact that there was a camera in the room, and at that point he started performing for the camera when the cop would leave the room. And then somebody, like the person who was doing the video breakdown, said, if you'd like an example of what criminally insane looks like, it looks like this. And it was a guy who went, yeah, no, I grabbed my roommate and put him in a car and drove him to the woods and stabbed him to death. And they were like, why? It's like, I couldn't tell you. No idea. What do you think I should do with that kind of information? You should probably execute me. I'm a dangerous criminal. And it's like, huh. They're like, that's what criminally insane looks like. That's a person who's showing no regard for what they've done or for their own safety and is completely unfazed by the reality of their situation. They're not trying to dodge punishment. They're not trying to dodge blame. They're not trying to dodge prison time or an execution. They're like, that is what that actually looks like, not some weird shit that you saw on Law and Order SVU back in 2001. Noah is a big shield. Got him. I've seen several things regarding costs in my extended family. I'm ACAB for life because of it now. I had a creepy person hang out on my porch while I was home alone. I opted to risk home invasion than call the cops just in case they accidentally shot me instead. Marjorie Taylor Greene looks like Titan from Attack on Titan. There's that sped up video of a multiple hour investigation where detectives are all over the place and the dude they're investigating is just still in this time-lapse footage. It's eerie as fuck. Yeah, people think that criminally insane means crazy when it actually means, yeah, that they just full-blown do not have any comprehension of either the gravity of the situation or the peril that they put themselves in, and they have like literally no, like, it isn't that they're like, oh my gosh, I'm so batshit that I couldn't possibly be put in prison. But yeah, like the thing that I saw on YouTube, the big reveal was like, that's not what that is. They're like, that's what criminals think it is, and that's the bad impersonation that you get seen done in a whole bunch of like interrogation video. But like what that actually is, when people actually, like when district attorneys look at that and go, I think that person might be crazy, is when somebody's just like, yeah, no, I killed that guy. I wore his face as a mask for like 100 miles. And honestly, to stop me from doing it again, you should probably just shoot me here, like right now. Also, is there any chance that my final meal could be Taco Bell? Because I just really like Taco Bell. How long were you friends with the victim? I don't know, like 8 years. We knew each other from elementary school. He was a really nice guy. Then why did you do it? I'm not sure, if I'm being honest. Pretty bored, I guess. I saw sped up footage from an interrogation room where the suspect sat completely still for like 4 hours, never said a word, looked around, shifted, nothing. I would still, I'd still be apprehensive about that because that could just be somebody who's done enough research to do something noteworthy. You know what I mean? Because I feel like, yeah, it's creepy. It'd be super eerie to watch. But I also feel like in the most extreme way ever, you still don't gain a whole lot of information from that. You know what I mean? Like, you still don't get anything from that. It's very weird. I'm sure it's super weird to watch, and I'll probably look it up on YouTube later. I'm sure it's super eerie to watch. But at the same time, I still feel like you're missing a whole lot of, like, critical data. I feel like that's just, that's like staying the execution rather than it is, like, making me feel one way or the other, where it's like, well, we can't really judge exactly what's going on inside this person's head until they say something. So I guess if they just stay quiet and still forever, we'll just hold on to them forever until they open up and say literally anything. I'm sure it's creepy as fuck to watch, though. It certainly isn't, like, normal behavior, for sure. Oh, shit. Likes Taco Bell must be insane. I had interned for 2 summers in law school at a prosecutor's office. The stuff the cops said that was normalized there is horrifying. I was taught to get as much time as possible, and if the case was flimsy, to go for conviction with suspended time on a plea agreement, so that if the defendant stepped one toe out of line down the road, they could slam them in jail for years later. It ruined lives. I was taught it was normal. It took me years of defense work, therapy, and good friends to unlearn what I saw there. Jesus. It's like when someone kills someone and tries to hide the body or weapon as proof that they weren't criminally insane because they understood that what they did was wrong and needed to be hidden. Yep. As opposed to somebody who literally, like, pulls up through the drive-thru of a Chick-fil-A wearing the top half of somebody as a bib. Then clearly that person doesn't even understand that what they're doing is, like, not gonna help them score a free milkshake. They're not gonna get the waffle fries they asked for. Could be a diggy wand. I could just go boop, boop, boop. What's my worst one? 33, 43, 250, 50. Well, this one might not be bad. Like, what if I did this? Because it recharges so daggum fast. I might not ever be able to run it down. Wow. Okay. It was a thought. Yeah, eat. Creepy as hell. Sure, there's more to it. Dude was probably familiar with the process. Quite frankly, John Oliver basically has a playlist of the prison system and justice department everyone should watch. Watches probably like a dozen episodes or more by now. I fell off on John Oliver because if I'm being honest, I just kind of felt, ooh, Billy, there's our always rock. I fell off with John Oliver because I feel like I just got worn out. I got exhausted by just everything. It's a 2-second recharge time. We might be able to fix it. This is like a bad significant other. We can fix them. All wands you're currently carrying gain a bonus to their cast and reload time. Oh, do they? Weren't those rocks limited? I don't think so. Ooh, chainsaws too. Oh, yeah, to 3. Man! It's a bummer. We'll hold on to it, though. Always cast is never limited? Yeah! I was so smart, and I knew it. I made such good decisions so quick. Big bada boom. I thought that might be cool, but I feel kind of underwhelmed. Does this look like anything? Could do like... Oh, you know what? I did this for a reason, but I think I'm still waiting on trigger. The stupid acid is hitting the rock. Damn it. Okay, hold on. Ah. Yeah, we can make a good wand out of like moving stuff around, air blast, whatever. We don't have any of that here yet. I might roll these. All wands are carrying gain a bonus to their delay. I don't think that's doing what I want it to do. Hi, wife. How the fuck are you?
Good.
Super.
We're here. Just checking to make sure you got lunch.
I did. You gonna take all my empties away?
I will.
Thank you, my love.
You're welcome.
Ooh, this is apparently empty as well.
I got you apple pellets.
Oh, thank you. Did you get Bug more cider?
No.
He was so excited to see apple cider last night, and then I used the entire gallon in the brine, and I felt like a monster.
Okay, well, we weren't at a grocery store. So.
That's true. He can do boiled custard instead.
Huh?
I feel like would you maybe just send it up with the boys so you don't have to do the stairs again? Would you make me one of the Madrina's green coffee fuelers? It's literally just a scoop of whatever's in there in the shaker and then fill the water up to the lip of the cup and send it on up. Thank you, my love. Try chainsaw egg bifurcated. Spell blank. It's a 5-cast one, so it won't work with that one. Oh, because it's just casting all those things simultaneously. Put light at the end. It just feels like the slime ball is pushing the rock out. Leaving room for pickups down the road. I'm gonna roll these. My 99 live shirt's arrived. Now I can wear something without Taffy's name on it and stop embarrassing my wife. I'm gonna roll these. A random always cast spell is added to the one in your hand. I would like electricity immunity, thank you and good day. Try 3 chainsaws, then light. Whoops. Those sure are rocks. I'm on fire. Me taking electrical immunity is me admitting that I think we're gonna make it far enough down for it to matter. Now we wait. Oh, there's nowhere to go down there. Nuts. I'm genuinely surprised this game doesn't have fall damage. I just sort of assumed because it would make this game an absolute nightmare that it had it. I squished him with rocks. In certain spots, I agree. This game is, in fact, very, very kind to the player. Gravity-assisted rock friends. That gold nugget's gone forever. I don't think I have anything that causes fire. Every time we kill one of those Cthulhu monsters, all I can think of is Paul Rudd screaming Anthony because he had named that one in his head. Oh, I'm stuck, so I don't get there we go. Is that a lava potion? It's a whiskey potion. I mean, I can science fire onto all these things pretty easily. It's just frustrating not to have a weapon that automatically puts fire onto something if I need it to. Get coated in radioactive goop, you dummy. There's gold in there somewhere. I gotta make sure that, I gotta make sure the Capital One, that's the first thing I have to do when stream's over today, chat. Is I have to make sure the Capital One knows our dope ideas for what prizes we want. Pergola, Fast food a week for your favorite fast food once a week for a year. I'm on fire. A strong anti-fire stance. The PlayStation 5 with the God of War games. Not that we get all of these, but that we give them options. Or one of everything from the Soup Dumpling website. Zhao Chi J. I'm sure I butchered that. $151 in soup dumplings. GameStop stock from 2 years ago? Man, if I had competent management 2 or 3 years ago, Kaz the dude, I'd actually have that to give out. I'd probably be retired. There is tiny pixels there. All the Japanese Kit Kats. Japanese Kit Kats are dope as shit. Yeah, honestly, Dan, if Dan had been around, if Dan and Sogo had been around when we did St. Jude, we 100% would have had $151 Sogo bundles. Frankly, we would have just saved ourselves a lot of time ordering individually. Tiny pixels in the wine. Well, this is awkward. Dude, I did the math. I say I did the math. I found a formula that explained what you should anticipate if you want to actually retire one day. And it was take what you want your annual salary to be retired, and then divide it by that's metric, not imperial. Take what you want your annual salary to be and divide it by 4%. And I said, you know what? I think I could make do with $60,000 a year in retirement. And that math was like, I hope you got $1.6 million sitting around. And I was like, can't retire yet. Not there yet. That's what that math tells me. We ain't bad rats in it just yet. Almost there. And by almost, I mean I do have money. Step 1, acquire money. Step 2, fucking somehow make it $1.65 million. I'm hung up between those 2 steps, but I've started. Good one for speed. The stats on that wand are really good. Alright, chat, someone popped the $1.6 million animation. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if I took it so seriously? Like, if I imagined, like, it... If I set it up so that so that someone essentially had the option to pop the $1 million animation. You know what it would do? It would just launch my retirement party. If somebody donated $1 million, it would just start an animation that just low-key announced my retirement from streaming. Like, streamers would come down. This, you know, a countdown clock would start on the stream. It would instantly cut the stream at the end. What would I do with 1.6 million? I mean, I'd pay taxes, and then I would, invest. Honestly, I would pay taxes, I would invest. I don't have a ton of money. But I got, you know, you know, counting like stocks and savings, I have a liquid net value in the low 6 figures. I would just continue to do with my money what I've always done with my money, and what Amber and I have always done with our money, which is to not spend it and put it in places where, I mean, like, what's the interest rate on a savings account right now? It's like 3%. Some crazy fucking number. Amber and I have like 100 grand in savings. Because of the Twitch contract and the Epic contract and all that jazz. We got about 100 grand that we've just put in savings and don't touch. Because right now we're getting $3,000 a year off of that. Spend it all on food, just $1 million on one meal. Oh, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of immediate food trips up to DC in particular, where I would just eat whatever I wanted. I would eat a ridiculous amount of Asian food. Most expensive meal is $2 million. I can't even eat that. I'd still have to work so that I can make enough money to eat a $2 million meal that comes with diamond chopsticks, an 18-course affair that includes a helicopter ride, 10,000 roses, and 55-year-old wines. Yeah, I'd be alright without that. That's literally more money than I've ever had in my entire life summed up. You know, I had never made more than 20 to 30 grand in a year in my entire adult life until the last couple of years. Yeah, that's exactly what we have too, Pog. I mean, we've got an ally account that right now is earning at 3%, which is bananas. So we've taken as much money as we can afford to not have available to us. And we've just put basically all of our spare cash into that ally account. Oh, that would be good with the delay cast. But I don't want to lose this. This is a good wand. This is my rock every time wand. I don't want to get rid of the black hole at the moment, because that's my only way of digging. I might grab this on the way out. Why are y'all my friends? Are you all gonna stay my friends? Ow. Ally must really be trying to get cash in so they can make money on loans or something. I have no idea, but yeah, we're getting 3%. We're getting 3% on our Ally account right now, which is, yeah, it's with 100 grand in that account is, with 100 grand in that account, God, I'm so fucking hurt. It's all just acid. It's all just acid coming down on me. I'll wait. Don't believe him, Taffy, they're clout chasing. All these motherfuckers weren't here during the downtimes. Oh, dude, I don't think I'm gonna survive the fungal caverns. I don't know why I've taken so much damage in the last couple of seconds, but I've taken a ton of damage in the last couple of seconds. Egg wand, you say? Oh, that's what that was. Some asshole fired off all the eggs. I'm on fire because my friends are idiots. Fucking go fight this guy. What's wrong with you? Are you on my team or are you on my team? Shit. Magic missiles, you say? That might be enough to get me out of here. Yeah, that genuinely might be enough to get me out of here. Yeah, that is enough to get me out of here. That and all the health, I think feels pretty good. So anywho, point being, if I were to suddenly be handed $1.6 million with what I have as a net value for my family, I'd be pretty close to being able to retire. Glass cannon? That seems bad. Yo, let's suffer together. What's going on? Greetings and salutations, friend. Yo, my drink never came up here. Listen, I know I'm not at a restaurant right now, but I'm just saying. I did ask Amber to send the boys up with a drink. What's the family business? Let's suffer together. I see that check mark. What are you into? Tell me a story. What's your Twitch story all about? Rusty Brazenfire
of the newest denizen of the cave.
Gifts is tier 1 sub to Let's Suffer Together. 1,158 gifties all time in the channel. Goodness gracious. Chop, 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 small people. Glass cannon in this game means that it really cuts your health, but it hits like a fleet of fucking trucks. Alright. Well, here we are then. Noita rogueliker. I'm the morning shift. I'm the Binding of Isaac that turned into Hades, that turned into Gungeon, that turned into Cult of the Lamb for a week, that it has turned into Noita. Currently have been burning the candle at both ends for a couple of weeks because I've been on my weekend off. I was entertaining my in-laws because my brother-in-law was recovering from a kidney transplant. So I just have been kind of on for much longer than I'm used to. So I'm very sluggish these days. I appreciate you stopping in. FYI, glass cannons also makes explosions and such bigger. I will probably mind myself then. feels pretty good. Appreciate it. No worries. I'm always excited to see other broadcasters show up here. Not for tacky shit like clout or whatever, but I just you know, I know that when you're done making your content, sometimes the last thing you want to do is spend time on Twitch. And so ultimately, if you're hanging out somewhere, then it's quite the compliment. I was calling myself dude face, not taking the mick out of your name, you know? When you say something and analyze it after, I was like, I don't know. In my head, I was like, I do kind of have a dude face. That was sadly kind of a thought that went through my head. It was like, oh, you know what? I can see it. I got kind of a duty face. Not like a poop face, but like a face that of a dude. I'd spot you that one. That's fair. I got kind of a dude face. Now I'm realizing, yeah, you didn't mean to reference my name at all, and now I feel not horribly self-conscious about it. That's the real dude faces were all the friends we made along the way. Well, this is only like my 6th day on Noita, so I'm sure... Giga black hole. Interesting. It's only like my 6th day on Noita, so I'm sure I'm going to make just reprehensible mistakes. But for me, so far, that's been a lot of the fun. Alright, Oppenheimer, sounds good. I was told I would hit like a fleet of trucks. That's mine. Ooh, Billy! These men murdered each other? Triplicate bolt, freezing charge. Triplicate bolt, bloodlust. Projectile gains a hefty damage boost, but is also able to hurt you. Double scatter spell. Alright, hear me out. I'd have to abandon the rock dream if I wanted to take this one. And I could. I will. So long, rock dream. Rats! I'm falling down. I want the world to know. Sky rats. We Plague Tale Requiem now, lads. The ass. Ah! Oh, right. That was an explosive. I thought that was, oh, no. Right. There we go. We're out. Everything's fine. What is going on with this wand? Could it be bigger? Can we get a larger wand? None of my stuff is homing right now, right? why are you all on fire? You know? Big Stick Mystic. I'm gonna run away from my familiars. They are terrifying. Ooh. Yeah, you thought it was a good idea. Then my army of rabid little shitheads. Oh, Billy. Oh, the recharge speed's terrible. I would murder myself with that. Well, bloody it. Well, yeah. That would be kind of dope. I would probably replace that. I'm lightning immune. Shut the front door. I'm not explosion immune, though. Isn't this, I was gonna say, isn't this, you know. Oh, you bitch-made prick. Out here trying to dupe me. Too smart. I'm picking up too much of what you're putting down. Damn, I'm absolutely deforesting this place. I capped. Yeah, you cap it after the fact. That's like yelling, oh no! That's like yelling 4 after you've hit somebody with a golf ball. I don't think that counts. I'm gonna get hurt. Levitate him. Channing Tatum. You guys feeling back into a corner? That's the second time that it's announced that 3-day-old notification today. That machine's gonna drown. You mark my words. Ugh. I've run out of up juice. What's up, dog? Never a doubt in my mind, really. Yo, is this going down? I like to go down. How about this way? Is this going down? Who the fuck are you? I thought you were dead! Dude, glass cannon can lick my chode.